fellow students, Miss Roselle, Miss Almquist, and the lovely Miss Reeve here to do your sterilization process evaluation. We're going to demonstrate how it should be done the right way.
Oh yeah. Okay, we're going to start with instrument transfer, part A. She will don the sterilization over gloves over her procedure gloves. Notice she has the blue ones on already.
Don means put on, aka.
That's true.
Done.
Now she's going to place instrument cassettes on the sterilization cart for processing. So she got those, she went around and collected them from each team and put them into the cart. The instruments that are not in metal cassettes must be placed in organized group in the Zerk boxes.
Zerk boxes.
She's going to identify equipment that must not go through the instrument washer, which are ultrasonic tips and slow speed handpieces. She's going to place each disinfected ultrasonic tip down with a cotton tip on it, which doesn't mention that in the PE, but that is required. And her slow speed handpieces in the autoclave bags. Handpieces do require a CI signature. She's going to place instrument cassettes in the Zerk boxes and the Zerk boxes into the washer. She's going to ask a friend, because she's gloved up, if she can have someone open the door for her.
Kelly, can you open that dishwasher door for me?
I would love to, since I have no gloves on and my hands are clean.
Thank you so much. These ones. Sometimes, it depends on the size. Sometimes you can set them like this. On the top, you cannot double stack. This is a no-no on top, but on the bottom, you can, so.
She's going to place the loaded instrument cassettes into the washer with sufficient space to allow water to access sides, top, and bottom of each cassette. And as she mentioned, do not overload. Now she's going to turn the sink faucet to hot and let the water run for 1 minute, and then she's going to turn the faucet off.
Kelly, can I have you since you're D-glove? Will you turn on the faucet?
I would love to.
Thank you.
I'm turning it on hot. It's going to run for 1 minute. Through the magic of time, we're now 1 minute. Wonk. I'm going to turn it off for you since I have no gloves.
Thank you.
I'm also, as a friend, going to place the detergent powder into the dispenser located up here. We're not going to use any electrosol.
Don't use it.
We're going to open the dispenser down here. This one's broken. We're going to fill it in there. We're going to put it back, and we're going to close the dispenser. This washer on this side has one that works. You'll pour it in here, and you can close that. This one gets stuck. See how it says broke? Don't put it in there. Now I'm going to close the dishwasher as her friend all the way. I'm going to push start and make sure that it is on a normal wash and high temp scrub. So I'm going to push here and push start. These are now, they're not dirty anymore because the cycle's running. I'm going to flip this over to clean, because when it's through, the next person will know that what's in there is clean. Now when the indicator shows that the load has begun to dry, the door may be opened and instruments may be removed.
Kelly, can I have you open the door for me one more time?
Why, yes, since they're clean, I can open them.
Thank you.
Now when she's unloading, I'm going to take this clippy because she's unloading, and I'm going to flip it back to dirty, because if it's empty, anything that will be in here is dirty. So I'm putting that dirty side up. After the removal of the cassettes and instruments from the Zerk boxes in labeled autoclave bags, she's going to label the pencil with appropriate letter and student number. Notice how the bags and the pencils are already provided for you, so she's not leaving the area with her gloves. And she's writing it in big, clear letters so that you can see whose cassette it is Bigger is better. It just makes it easier when you're putting away that you don't have to look for a little teeny number written on the corner.
Now the most important part, please remember to seal off the bag or else it won't be sterilized.
She's going to place the autoclave bags in the MagnaClave.
And say this whole thing was full.
Okay, now we're going to, I have clean hands, so I'm going to, and this was clean, so I'm going to close this back up and close the door to make sure that that's all dirty. Now we're moving to part C, autoclave. We're going to load the instrument basket loosely with bag instruments on sides and paper side up. Do not overload the instrument basket. A steam sterilization integrator strip is placed in an area of the instrument load where the passage of steam will be most restricted.
So
For example, in the center of the load.
Yeah. So you'll get your strip. They're right up here in this box. You can have a friend grab it for you, which my friend Kelly already did. And then one of the bags here, it's labeled dirty, so don't touch this with clean this one. Clean hands. And then you'll put it in. You will seal it. And then in each separate rack that you have, you'll put one in the center. So pretend like this was full. I put it in the center because that's where steam is most likely to hit. It will be the hardest place to sterilize, so we want to make sure that it does. Okay.
Okay, now she's going to check the water level in the holding tank, and she's going to add distilled water if the level is more than 3 inches below the fill line of the holding tank.
I'll have my friend look because I can't touch this with gloves. Kelly, I've gotten a stool for you. Can you check the fill level for me?
I would love to. I'm going to stand up here and pull back this little door and look and see. There's a fill level, if you're confused, right over here. You can look at that. Looks fabulous. So I'm going to leave it, but if I needed water, we have our lovely sterilization water over here. Do not use the water out of the sink, as the machines don't like that. It must be distilled water, so please use that. Okay, now that she's checked the fill levels, she's going to turn the control knob to fill and watch the chamber to be certain enough distilled water is dispensed but does not overflow.
So once again, I'm going to ask my friend because all of this is clean. So Kelly, can you open this door for me?
I would love to.
Can you turn it to fill? And because you're the one who turned it to fill, do not leave.
I'm not allowed to leave now.
So we're going to watch this so you can see it doesn't take long for this to fill up. So you have to stay. You're the one who turned it to fill. You don't go anywhere until it's all the way done. And what we're watching for is this plate. We want the water to cover it. It even says cover plate.
Maybe I have time, Miss Roselle, to run and get a drink.
Let's do that.
I'll be quick.
No!
Maybe I have time to bag one more set of instruments.
No, you don't.
No! I'm staying here and I'm staring at the water.
You don't even have time to do anything. You stay right here.
Stay. Did you get that?
It's a MagnaClave. You're magnetic to it. Da-da-da.
Yes. It's like watching a pot boil.
Yeah.
But that's okay. We're still watching.
See, it's not taking long at all.
It's really hot right
Okay, we're getting close. After the water level indicator is covered with water, which it almost is, but not quite, then we will immediately turn the knob to sterilize. Oh,
so close.
What's happening?
is the plate covered yet, Miss Roselle?
No.
No.
Not yet. Now it is.
All right. Look, now I'm going immediately over here and turning it to sterilize.
Good job.
Once you flip this knob, it tells this to stop filling.
Okay, what do we do next?
Next, we're going to, if starting a cycle immediately, we will load instrument basket into the autoclave, avoiding any contact with the rubber gasket around the door, and use caution when placing the top basket on the bottom basket so that you don't tear any sterilization bags.
This is the gasket that you're avoiding. Pretend this is full and it's heavy, but you don't want to just shove it because you'll tear everything. You kind of need to lift and then you'll set it down on top. And it will be level because there'll be stuff in it.
She's going to check for any items that may be touching the sides of the autoclave or the rubber gasket, and she'll reposition bags if necessary. Now she's going to close the sterilizer door and pull the handle down to lock it.
Kelly, can I have you do that because you have clean hands?
I would love to.
Thank you.
I'm going to push this down. Normally you'd crank this down, but we don't want to start it. We're just doing this for demonstration purposes.
You can do it. We'll turn it right off.
You think it's okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
And
going
it
to
takes a little bit of power.
push this closed and then crank this down.
Awesome.
Notice that the heat button turned on because it wants to start heating up. You're going to set the timer control for 15 minutes. Here's your timer control right here. You're going to turn it to the little starred section underneath that blob of Sharpie marker is 15 minutes. You're going to keep the door, control knobs, and handle clean. If you've touched them with contaminated hands, please disinfect after use.
But that will never happen.
That will never happen.
So you don't have to do that because you're always going to keep it clean and have a friend with you, right?
Oh yeah. On the sterilization log, very important, enter the number of the autoclave, either 1 or 2.
So they're labeled here. This is autoclave 1. This is autoclave 2. We just started 1.
So she's going to write her start time and her student name and number.
And it is,
9:06.
yes it is.
Now, after you hear the autoclave buzzing through the magic of time, sterilization is over. She's going to turn the function control to vent and wait for the open door light to illuminate.
Let's show them this one.
Now we're magically switching to the one that already says to do that. She's going to open the door by depressing the open door button with her left hand and lift the door handle with her right hand. Please avoid the steam that is released at the top of the unit when you open the door. Notice how she turned her head away and she's stepping away. Ooh, very hot.
Lava.
Now she's going to leave the door slightly open and the instruments in the autoclave for about 15 minutes to allow the instruments to dry. A CI must remove and inspect the integrator strip. If no color changes occurred, do not release the load as items in the load need to be reprocessed.
So now I'm
So it's been sitting there for 15 minutes. She's the CI. We're going to look for the strip. There's the integrator strip. It's turned black. Can I just run and grab my friend to check it instead?
Nope, you have to get a CI.
So a CI is going to come in and record over here and say, looks fantastic. It's done magically at 9:07. And I'm going to initial that for her. You're going to record the end time, which I just did, which was the other one, but this one is now 9:07, so I need to make this one official. Go away. And she's going to get that signature prior to removing the basket of instruments with the oven mitts to protect from hot surfaces. The oven mitts will be hanging right here and never should be placed on top of the autoclave. Nothing should ever be placed on top of the autoclave because this gets hot. So if you want to melt something, that's the way to do it. She's going to carefully place the instruments on the counter to the right of the autoclave, and she's going to put them paper side up. and
I
wait
will.
for the instruments to dry completely. Notice that she's being good and she's putting her racks back in the sterilizer so it doesn't clutter the sterilization room. She's turning them paper side up because it vents through the paper and not through the plastic and steam goes up. While she's doing this, with every package that she turns over, she's checking for any torn or open autoclave bags that may need to be re-sterilized. If there are any that are like that, she's going to take the bag, she's going to take it over to the bagging area, re-bag the instrument in a new bag because it has an indicator strip on it that we are checking to make sure it turns dark. She will re-bag it and put it back through the processor.
I'll take these with me because everything over there is dirty and these are sterile.
Thank you for rehanging them so that they're clean for the next person. She's taking care to use the antiseptic wash technique or the hand sanitizer, her choice. She's going to don her gloves and she's going to re-bag them.
Because they've already gone through the dishwasher, that process does not need to be done again. Okay.
And she's going to make sure she gets all of her trash, her zippy strip, and her old bag, and she's going to throw them away in the trash receptacle provided. Oh yeah. Okay, now yeah, many to choose from. Now she's going to obtain the instrument locker key after she takes off her gloves and re-sterilizes. Or sanitizes, rather.
Get the key from my CC.
Yes. So she magically has gotten the key, ta-da, from her CI or CC, and she's going to distribute the instrument packages into the appropriate storage areas. The hand pieces, the clinic ultrasonic tips, the right and left ultrasonic tips, the piezo tips, and clinic files are all returned to the bins. The piezo tips and any team instruments are kept in the cubby in the corner. All other student instruments are kept in the locked bins. Now she's also going to have the air water syringes with pink tape and student numbers to go to the student instrument lockers. She's going to magically put all those away. Those are still
B49. I come to B49. That's difficult with these boxes here, isn't it?
and she's going to put them in their appropriate bin.
Ta-da!
Once she's done with all of that, she's going to close it and lock it, and she's going to return the key to her CI or CC. Now she's magically back again. She's going to turn the autoclave function control knob to off. Now we're moving on to sterilization rotation protocol, part D. Before clinic, she's going to report to sterilization and advance all steps of sterilization, which are bin to washer, washer to autoclave, autoclave to put away. During clinic, she's going to gather instruments once per day at 30 minutes prior to the end of each clinic session and begin the sterilization process. A CI will check his or her group before dismissal. If duties are omitted, the entire team loses core points.
So don't do that.
Don't do that. And